The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
All right, we are back on the David Pakman Show. As I mentioned earlier, special promotion going on, davidpakman.com/secret. Will get you a discounted monthly or yearly membership. A lot of people taking advantage of it. Several new members, Lewis, of the David Pakman Show Progressive Mafia that we have to welcome. Mark Auerbach, Ken Schneck, David, I believe it's Makielski, if my pronunciation is correct, Wade Barbara, George Raffi, John Coker, David Hipp, Kevin Hoffman, Thomas Brown, and Rodney Locks. You know, I've just realized it's all men this time. Last week it was all women, basically, who we said hello to. And today it is all men. I don't know that there's any indication of anything from that, is there?
No, I don't think so.
You're not concerned?
No.
So there it is, davidpakman.com/secret, and of course, read up on all membership benefits at davidpakman.com. I received an interesting email yesterday from Joe Biden, me and millions of other people who are on that same email list, obviously, outlining the Obama talking points for 2012 for the re-election campaign, and basically saying liberals, Democrats, progressives, whoever, should use these talking points when talking about the great things that have happened during the first half of the Barack Obama administration. I say let's go through a few of these. Some of these I believe are good, and some of these I believe are going to be a hard sell. And when I say that some will be a hard sell, I don't necessarily believe that they are not true. I just believe that the overwhelming conventional wisdom is such that it will make it difficult for people to really buy into that, right? So there is a distinction. Number one is they want to use the context that things were really bad when Obama took over. I agree. You just need to present it properly, because we're already seeing pushback on that from conservatives saying, listen, how long are you going to blame George W. Bush for? The reality is there's things that have effects for years. But as a campaign talking point, you need to be very careful in how you use it, because it could turn against the Democrats.
Right.
The Recovery Act as a positive. Not everyone agrees that the Recovery Act was good. It did save jobs. But that's one of those things where we're measuring how many more jobs would we have lost had we not done it? And that is inherently a hard sell for many Americans, especially those that lost jobs or are still unemployed.
Of course. And the Republicans are going to bring up the Recovery Act in the opposite context.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I guess you kind of have to be prepared to argue your point.
I think in general, with these talking points that you're going to use, you need to have a mix of talking points, but some of them have to be on issues that the other side is not necessarily arguing directly against, in the sense that they have to be not less controversial, but at least not issues where there is such clear opposition that even the premise of the talking point will be debated. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Wall Street reform. I think that is a good talking point. Many people, the thing is, many people just don't know about exactly what Wall Street reform entailed and what was done.
Yeah, and this is going to bring up, of course, the bailouts.
Absolutely. Middle-class tax cuts.
And there's a huge point of contention.
Middle-class tax cuts is also wrapped in with that, right? Mm-hmm. Barack Obama did give a middle-class tax cut. The thing is, many people have been convinced by the conservative media that no such tax cut existed, that Obama wants to raise taxes. So it's a good talking point. You've just got to get people to believe it's true before you can use it effectively.
Right.
Credit card reform. This is actually huge, but it's just not on many people's radars. It's not going to influence a wingnut voter. It probably is not even going to influence a middle-of-the-road voter that conceivably might vote for Barack Obama. Although I agree, credit card reform has been significant. Clean energy economy. I think this is a weak talking point. Not enough has been done. Some has been done, and we'll talk a little more about energy. But I don't know that is going to be a win for the Obama re-election campaign.
Yeah, I don't know. That's hard to talk about to anyone.
The big one is healthcare. Healthcare reform has passed. Republicans in the House have voted to repeal healthcare, which will not go anywhere. Total waste of time. I think that there is huge potential to use healthcare reform to the advantage of the Obama re-election. You just have to really make sure people understand why it is positive.
Right.
Many people still don't.
We talked about, what was it, Barstool Economics. It's kind of a similar thing. I mean, the opponents of healthcare reform have very easy points that make people think, look, this is like destroying the economy.
Yeah, but unlike Barstool Economics, it doesn't appear to be that obvious. You still need to buy into the philosophy. Whereas with Barstool Economics, it was brilliant in a sense because it was presented as, this has nothing to do with your politics. This is it.
Right.
This is it.
But as we know, there were more misconceptions about the healthcare plan than basically anything else Obama has passed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true. So that will be where the challenge is. Ending combat in Iraq. Yes, but people who are going to be happy about that, I can't imagine are going to be thrilled about Afghanistan. Right? I'm not saying that we didn't expect this direction in Afghanistan. Barack Obama did tell us during the campaign that he planned to focus on Afghanistan, and presumably that means sending more troops. But those who will be positively influenced by the ending of combat in Iraq, which is just beginning the drawdown, I believe are going to be hesitant because they will also be negative on Afghanistan. And of course, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Will it be a big deal? I don't know. If we're just looking at the percentage of people actually affected by the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, in terms of a national election, it's statistically insignificant. However, as we know, individuals on both sides of the issue who aren't actually in the military have their opinions, and they will vote based on that opinion.
Mm-hmm. And when is it supposed to actually go into effect?
Well, let's look at the wording. As soon as we have a plan for repealing it effectively, or something like that was the wording. We don't want to actually put it into place before the military is ready. But Obama has said he's committed to doing it as quickly as reasonable. We'll see where that stands.
Yeah.